morning. Thank you for being here. To begin our ceremony, I would like to invite the Boy Scouts from Troop 11 to lead everybody here in the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, and thank you all for coming. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Thomas Farland, and I am the recently appointed fire chief for our beautiful town of Acushnet. I am thankful to have this opportunity to gather here today as we remember the terror that struck our nation 21 years ago. Many of us probably can't remember where we put our keys from moment to moment, myself included, but we remember exactly where we were on that fateful day when Flight 11 struck the North Tower at 8:46 a.m., exactly 21 years ago to this minute. So at this time, please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Many of us present watched along in shock and horror as the South Tower was then struck, and several minutes later, the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. No one really knew what was happening or to what extent this tragedy would unfold until both towers and several other World Trade Center buildings began to collapse. During this time, we prayed. We prayed for the victims, their families, and the world as a whole. We prayed for those rushing in to help and for each other. For if such a horrific event could take place on our own soil, what other catastrophic incidents could unfold throughout the world? All told, on that fateful day, 2,977 souls lost their life, including 72 law enforcement officers and 343 New York City firefighters across all ranks, up to chief of department and chaplain. Since that time, an additional 100 firefighters and police officers have passed away due to health effects from that day and the cleanup and rescue events from that time period. Our great fire service and police are full of history and tradition. Unfortunately, we usually only get to see that history and tradition in times of tragedy and on our darkest days, when we lose our fellow brothers and sisters in the course of their performing their sworn duties. One of these traditions is called the tolling of the bells. Long before the days of radios, telephones, and cell phones, radio boxes would be on every street corner. You can still see some of their remnants in the city of New Bedford, especially downtown. These alarm boxes, when pulled, would direct the emergency services to that street corner to search for the area of the incident. When a firefighter or police officer would die in the line of duty, a reverse signal would then be sent out to all of these boxes, 5 measured dashes, followed by a brief pause, 5 more measured dashes, an additional brief pause, and a final 5 measured dashes. Through the course of technology and time, this has turned into the ringing of the bells. Some of you may remember in the days and weeks after 9/11, churches all across the country in unison would ring out this tolling of the bells as a tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice that day. Matt? this time, Cynthia and Sarah, two of our newer employees, will bring out the flowers that were so graciously donated by Diane Barlow and Joanne Chopper and lay them at the base of the memorial. I would be remiss and mistaken if I also didn't take time to acknowledge all of the servicemen and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice defending our great country in the days, years since 9/11, and even back further than that to the beginning of our humble nation, including our own retired Lieutenant Paul Martins. At this time, as in every year in the past with Chief Gallagher, there are several people that need to be thanked for their hard work, dedication to all of this. Mr. Eric Lintala of the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth for his help with design, along with Adam and Jeremiah Katz. They are the principal parties responsible for what you see here on the front lawn of Station 1. In addition, there are too many businesses and private donors to mention that made their vision become this reality that we get to see on a daily basis. I would also like to thank Selectman Chairman David Wonar and Selectman Robert Hinckley for being here today and for all of their support throughout the years of our great department, our amazing town, and this very somber memorial that we get to see. I'd like to thank the Scouts from Troop 11 for leading us today in the Pledge of Allegiance. Once again, Joanne Chopper and Diane Barlow for the beautiful floral arrangement. The men and women of the Acushnet Fire Department, Acushnet Police Department for their continued dedication and sacrifice to keeping all of us in our community safe. Thank you for being here. We will never forget. Have a great rest of your Sunday. God bless us all, and God bless these great United States of America. Thank you.